On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, Twitter announces partnership with Islamists. A New York school organizes a Hijab day, and some Muslim migrants harass Russian girls and wind up in the hospital the next morning. That and a lot more, so stay tuned! For the week of February the 15th, 2016, this is First Look of the Day, and it's an article written by Kit Daniels. The title is called Twitter Announces Partnership with Islamists. Feminists to restrict free speech. Underneath it says social media giant organizes Trust and Safety Council with Islamics and feminists. Twitter is organizing a Trust and Safety Council with Islamists and feminists to prevent abuse, harassment, and bullying, which critics point out may lead to mass censorship on Twitter, but Twitter doesn't care. The social media giant already criticizes users who disagree with someone else's opinions on Twitter as engaging in abusive behavior, and then allows feminists and radical Islamists in particular to flag users who speak out against them. And you can see the actual tweet by Paul Joseph Watson. Excuse me. Underneath it says censoring accounts for criticism of Islam. Their second biggest shareholder, Saudi Arabia, must be pleased. Well, anyway, as Twitter released a statement on their new Safety Council on Tuesday with this little gem, and you can read the gem here. Moreover, the organization includes feminists of the leftist groups such as the Feminist Frequency and GLADD and the Muslim Advocacy Institute, fueling concerns that the Safety Council will lead to further oppression of anyone speaking out against feminism and radical Islam on Twitter. Most of these groups listed are merely connections of people with an axe to grind, and my how the leftists love their acronyms. A commenter at the Free Public stated, they also love their oxymorons. Outstretched and shutting down oppressed are a consolidation in terms that Twitter is determined to affiliate them and enforce their affiliation. Another critic pointed out that the slander in the Islamic context is anything said that does not benefit Islam or Muslims, or even if it is the perfect truth. And basically that's what this is. I mean, these guys are just gonna do it. And I hate to mention this too. I watched a video that came from Facebook's stocks that began to tank because of it. But enough about that. Excuse me. On to the next article here. This is an article written by EAG News. Excuse me, that's the news people that wrote it. The article was written by Victor Skinner, and the title is called New York school organized a Hijab day for non-Muslim students. Underneath it says, as a high school teacher for 30 years, let me say that this is wrong on so many levels. Officials in Rochester's World School of Inquiry spent last week fielding dozens of calls from parents angry about a World Hijab Day event that encouraged girls to wear the Muslim religious head covering. Sophomore Emma Motaba wore a hijab to school and wrote a letter to the principal Sheila Webster asking if the school could put on its own Hijab Day at the school last Friday, WHAM reports. A high school teacher for over 30 years, let me say that this is wrong on so many levels, Jim Forrest wrote, according to the news site. All religions are taught in a global studies classes. That being said, that is where understanding, tolerance, and the good and the bad of religion and history are taught. This is, however, a clear violation of the separation of church and state. Hey, the article goes on to say that I love that we're having an open discussion. I think this is the first step into making it more open and tolerant environment. I think this is the perfect school for it. English as a second language teacher Kelly Ledstone told WHAM. As a district spokesman told him, she told the site's officials consulting with an attorney about the Hijab Day event and was advised that there would be more legal issues if the school said no to the event. I mean, it's like there's a saying, you're taking it to go a mile. I think that's what this is. I mean, these guys are trying to teach our children to wear something that basically not to offend, so they won't offend the Muslims. But I guess the quote-unquote teachers didn't realize that these Muslim men are raping Europeans left and right, and I don't think they seem to care about that, or they just didn't know. But there is some good news here, and it's in the form of this article here. It's an article written by Jacob Bo Jensen, and it is titled, Refugees Go Clubbing in Russia, Harass Girls, Wake Up in the Hospital Next Morning. And I heard this article on when Paul Blunt was on, and all I could do was clap. But anyway, I'll get right into that in a moment. A group of 50 refugees were brutally assaulted after a nightclub in Murmansk, Russia, after they groped and molested women at a nightclub Saturday. The refugees had previously been ordered to leave nowhere for bad behavior and tried their luck in Russia. What they didn't realize was that when they went out clubbing in Murmansk, is that Russians have less toleration when it comes to sexual assaulting on local women and other European countries. The refugees allegedly groped and harassed women in a similar manner as the assaults in Cologne on New Year's Eve. A group of male Russians took them aside to educate them that Cologne is 2,500 kilometers south of here. The refugees tried to flee, but they were quickly captured by the Russians. They took them out into the street and gave them a beating they will remember. Police arrived to break up the fight, but locals reported that they threw in a few punches at the refugees before arresting 33 of them. 18 refugees were beaten were in such bad condition that they had to be taken to the hospital. Police decided to let the beating slide and did not file a report. The only thing they could confirm was that there was a mass brawl involving refugees. And here is a clip about that.
A group of 51 refugees were brutally assaulted outside a nightclub in Murmansk, Russia, after they groped and molested women at a nightclub on Saturday. The refugees had previously been ordered to leave Norway for, quote, bad behaviour, wonder what that was, and tried their luck in Russia. What they didn't realise when they went out clubbing in Murmansk is that Russians have less tolerance when it comes to sexual assault on local women than other European countries. Now, the Russians didn't hand out roses to the migrant rapists, they handed out beatdowns. And then the police showed up and dished out some of their own instant justice, if you know what I mean.
Thank you, Positive Watson. When I heard this, I was prepared to literally go and play Armored Warfare. And basically, all I could do was clap. Clap! Clap! Unlike the United States and certain other European countries, basically, Russia already knew what happens when you roll over. You get wind up, get taken over, and I am very happy for this. Those bastards learned the lesson they won't forget. You go roping in Russia, you will be beaten. And as they say in Soviet Russia, Muslims don't beat men. Men beat Muslims. Good job, guys. Really good job. I might actually marry a Russian girl just for that. Oh, wait. Did I just say that? Anyway, that's all the articles I have for you today, folks. If you'd like to know more about this article, please go to the list below and go to Infowars.com or PraiseTheBlack.com. There you can find 100 articles. So that's it I have read for you today. This is the Infowars News Blitz. I'm Info Gunner, from Film Reader number 3. Please like, subscribe, and donate. Bye-bye.